Welcome to this courageous conversation. A courageous conversation helps us to engage in dialogue with people we don't normally speak to, about things we don't normally speak about, or with those we speak to all the time about topics we would rather avoid.
Hi, it's Tim Mulvaney. Welcome to today's Courageous Conversations. Two things. One, just want to tell you there's a link to an article from yesterday's Financial Times called Why Women Managers Shine in the Downturn. And what it does is they did a study of some French firms and found that the more female managers the organization had, the less their stock prices dropped. So the one was, had 55% female managers, and so they actually are doing better in the downturn when there is a more evenly balanced number of women and male managers. The men are inherently sort of risk-taking. Women help moderate that, so they end up creating a better balance in the process. But interesting article for you to rate that. So just another case for diversity, if you will, but also about integrating folks into the process and making sure that if you have this diversity around you, you've got male and female managers, obviously, and how do you keep the pipelines full? How do you make sure you're using everyone's talent? All those sort of things we've been talking about for years and years and years. So that's one. The other thing I just want to tell you, it's like, it's 2009, it's March, it's just the beginning of March. People are already calling me up and saying, Tim, we want to do courageous conversations, but we need to stretch our dollars as far as we absolutely can because we don't know what's going to happen. We have budgets, but they're already being considered like, well, let's see what else we can do, how else we can stretch them creatively. So, of course, you've got the Courageous Conversations in-person alternative where we show up, actually facilitate the group for you, those sort of things. We can do that with a train-to-trainer process. One organization right now, we're talking with them about how to do it as train-to-trainer. So we teach your folks, we license it to you, and you go out and you do it with your own folks in a more cost-effective manner. Another option is to do it as a webinar, where people want to engage with me about courageous conversations, but we don't want to spend the travel dollars, we don't want people to have to leave their desks, all those sort of things. So we can do it as a video webinar, which we've been doing recently, so we have that option too. And even the most cost-effective option, which is a 1-hour video podcast. And so what that means is what we do is we take the slides and with voiceover, we can end up on people's iPhones and things so that they can actually have the information with them. They can be watching the slides as it goes along, so they actually, the PDF downloads, they can have the slides in their hand, they can have them on their screen while they're listening to us talk about it, and actually even using recorded conversations on the video podcast so that people still get somewhat of the experience, but it's in a really effective way and cost-effective way to get the information to continue to build your leadership and training development skills within people. Because we also know that, I've been hearing said, bad leadership got us into this thing. Good leadership is going to get us out. So we need to continue to build those leadership skills and the ability to navigate, to begin to have the conversations that we need to have, especially in this tricky time. Now is not the time for people to be holding back. Now is the time for people to say, here's what we need to do, here's my thoughts, here's what I think we should do to continue to create market share, continue to provide excellent client service, continue to provide the new products that we need to provide to continue to be relevant to our customers. But those are some things for you to think about in the month of March. But this is Tim Mulvaney. Thanks very much for coming by, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye now.